Hello everybody and welcome to another super late live stream of HuniePop. RanChat live stream of HuniePop. I am your host Arley. Who cares about my name? No one cares. I'm going to tweet out to Twitter that we're live.
I apologize if I lost my composure last night. You just do things to me.
This is a good form of escapism. It's always nice to have those justifiable whatevers. Okay, so the Twitter should know now that we are live. Google and YouTube should know now that we're live. Yeah, sorry about all that. Just randomly the program I had. Well, okay, here's what happened. And I'll do this while I'm choosing what to do next. Because I think pretty much every woman we met is pretty much ready. I think. Oh yeah, let's rearrange a couple things first. Also, let's see if we can get some. Well, no, we don't need presents, but we could use. Yeah, we could use some. Oh, actually, no. We have just enough to up. No, we do not. Everything's 6,700 now. Okay, yeah. Let's give her a couple things. Just to boost up our money a little bit, honey.
You really like to give people things, don't you?
Yeah, I just like to see people smile.
Thank you.
I'm not.
I can't tell you how much I appreciate it.
Should we ask her some Nah. The program I have that I use to stream game show randomly decided to give me an update and said, oh sure, because you just think it's just gonna be a innocuous update that won't change anything. But it turned out that the update is not compatible with my current version of OS. So I had to download an older version of Game Show, or the one I had, the one that was perfectly well. It crashes a couple times, but it's fine. My perfectly fine version of Game Show, and then my microphone wasn't working for some reason, and I've just plugged it into a different area, and now it's working just fine now. Yeah, because you know. So yeah, sorry about the late start. I think what we're gonna do today is we're gonna try to have sex with the remaining women, and I think there's just 4 left. So we can see if we can if we can unlock the final character. Whether or not we actually do that in one session today, because today's session is going to be a bit shorter. It's going to be 90 minutes rather than, I think we did 2 hours, and the stream went really weird at the end because I think it was just processing a lot of information, and I got to do some research about that. So I think I'm just going to skip ahead. We'll go see a couple.
I hope to see you again soon.
Bye. We're going to go see a couple characters, and then I'll probably just skip ahead tonight just so we can get to that part more. Hey! So we can get to that. But I think I'll spend a couple of money just so we can boost up our honey. For those who don't know. Can I spell it? Yorokobi. I think that's how you say it in Japanese. Pronounce it properly. I don't know. I took one Japanese class, and it was a good class. I actually enjoyed it. But I do want to get back to that. I think I could. Oh, yeah. Why haven't I upgraded that? I think I did enjoy that class. It was challenging near the end, but I would not mind. I would not mind doing something like that. Whatever.
Okay, miss you.
Aw. I mean, you're just a little older. I wouldn't feel as awkward. I'm good. This has been a weird day. Well, not really. This should been a pretty typical day for me. I saw Blade Runner 2049, and I was gonna post something about that on Instagram, but I forgot. But I guess this is going to be the Blade Runner review episode. Because because I saw both. I saw Blade Runner: The Final Cut. So that for those who don't know, there's multiple versions of Blade Runner. 3 that are available commercially. Okay, hold on. Okay, now we can choose who we want to have the fun times with. Let's see. Ooh, I looked immediately at Aiko, and yeah.
Deuces.
I hope that didn't sound creepy saying that. I don't want to feel like a creep playing this dating sim game.
Oh! Shit! Don't sneak up on me like that.
Sorry, I didn't mean. I was trying to do that. The game just kind of pops me in. That's just what happens. It's like a VN. It's like a visual novel. I just pop in. Italian accent all. Italian accent all of a sudden. Let me double check just real quick if we actually are live. We should be live on YouTube, I think. Let's see. Let's see. I just want to make sure. Yeah, we're live, but no one's here. It's just to be expected, of course. But yeah, this is going to be the Blade Runner review episode. I'll probably just have my opinions on Blade Runner. Nothing definitive, because I do know how beloved that the first Blade Runner is. And I just saw the sequel today, so my opinions are pretty fresh on it. And I have a lot of thoughts about it, so I guess I can also say spoilers for Blade Runner, The Final Cut, and Blade Runner 2049. But first, let's see what we got in terms of bonsai tree. I probably won't be using those gifts as... Oh, I shouldn't have done that. Shit, I'm just wasting a bunch of money. I also ate some macaroni and cheese like right before this, so I might be a little burpy.
Fuck, that hit the spot.
Some tomatoes.
Thanks. I think I'm gonna save some of this for a salad later. The smell of fresh produce. Am I weird?
No.
Nice. My last one was getting kind of worn out.
So today we're probably just going to be talking mostly about that. There might be other stuff I'll bring up alongside, but I think those are the most prescient things I want to bring up. There probably will be a couple more topics I'll bring up. But yeah, let's go on this date.
You, sir, have got yourself a date.
Let's do it. Let's have a good time. I hope the stream doesn't crash and burn the way the other ones have been, because that's been very odd.
Is this where you take all the girls? Huh?
Seems to be the habit, isn't it? That actually has been the case, hasn't it? All right. Let's have a good time. But again, I also have to mention that usually the dates when you're trying to close the deal are usually the most difficult ones. So we're going to be very, very cautious. We're going to try not to mess this up. But, you know, things go a certain way, and things happen for a certain reason, and stuff happens. It's how life is. It's life. It's life! So, we'll just work around it. I should just use this right now.
Thanks!
Because I need to get some passion.
Not bad.
But, eventually... Oh, we got a little combo potential here. But yeah, Blade Runner... Okay, let's start with Blade Runner: The Final Cut, because that's the movie I think most... Well... It's the most infamous movie. Oh, God. Oh... This is when I actually want to talk about something, and then I get distracted because the game says, nope! Yeah, you think about this, cowboy! Better watch out while we're on the trail! That is going to be devastating. No, let's not do that. Let's do this.
Beautiful!
And then we'll do this. And then... Oh, God.
Not
that.
bad.
I need some moves. God damn it. Okay. We'll do that. Oh my God. Alright, Blade Runner. Blade Runner is a film made by Ridley Scott in 1980, released in 1982. It's infamous for being one of the most influential science fiction films ever made, and it certainly deserves that reputation based on the visuals alone. It is a gorgeous, gorgeous practical effects bonanza. It's evocative. It's meant to be a neo-noir, which basically means it's like a detective kind of movie, and it's supposed to have the gritty feel of the noir movies of the 1940s, but with color, kind of using lighting in really stark contrasts, and creating a mood, a feeling of just dread, like that broken heart almost getting that other broken heart, that kind of dread. No, not like that kind of dread at all. Do we have enough to do something? Damn it, not yet, not yet. But with this we do. Oh, Jesus Christ. Are we already lagging?
Not bad.
Are we lagging? We might be lagging. Alright, okay.
You sly dog.
Then we're gonna do this.
Beautiful.
Okay. We're gonna be just fine. Okay. Look at a trailer of Blade Runner just to get an idea, or just like a hint of like what the visual aspect of it is, and it is sumptuous and it's also like a stunning accomplishment for practical film. It looked, even though I know that the final cut is a version released in 2007, director's cut, they call it the final cut, but it's like the version that was a cut of the film that was supervised by Ridley Scott, because I'm checking everything to make sure everything's okay.
Not bad.
And everything is currently okay. Does she like talent? She does not, but that's the only talent we can make.
Nice.
So fuck it. The original version of Blade Runner, the theatrical 1982 release, was plagued with studio tampering. Not quite to the extent of, well, maybe, kind of like Suicide Squad, because it was too depressing. Not to say that those movies aren't depressing. They can be. They are. But for audiences of 1980, seeing a science fiction film that was meant to actually be more philosophical, meant to kind of stimulate the mind a little bit, be more adult, and it is adult. There's a lot of there's like a moment when Harrison Ford's character Rick Deckard is walking in like a burlesque kind of area, but the performers are completely naked. There's like a
Hey, fuck you.
ah shit. Come on, I really want to talk about Blade Runner.
Not bad.
Don't make me not talk about Blade Runner. All right, fine. Hey, should we max that? Yeah, we should be good.
Thanks.
Ah, fuck. What's probably gonna happen is I'm gonna use I'll use the necklace and just get the shit over
Not
with.
bad.
Cause I want to talk about Blade Runner. I think we are just gonna use them. Do we have enough? Oh yeah, we definitely have enough.
Mr. Moneybags over here.
Yeah. One, I want to make progress, and two, I want to talk about Blade Runner.
You're not gonna make me go home all by myself, are you?
Oh, of course not. I mean, I know what you're implying, but I still wouldn't do that anyway. Unless it's like you're back home, and then of course.
I'm a naughty teacher. And you've been a bad boy.
God damn it. I'm sorry, everyone. We have to hit the censorship button now, and then I have to check if the fucking button actually pushed. And it is pushed. All right. Let's do this. All right, so. The theatrical cut. One, it got a happy ending. I guess I could talk about that a little bit, but since I'll be talking about it in the context of the final cut, I don't know. I guess I could leave out some plot details, but I don't know. I knew about the twist in the film before ever seeing it, so I don't think. And I'm not the kind of person that when it's a spoiler, or if you already know what the twist is, like with oh, what's that movie? The Sixth Sense. Like, I know what happens in the movie, but I've never seen it. But I'm sure it's still a really well-made movie, and I think that would be the reason to watch it. But I mean, yeah, I guess I did mention it off the top that, yeah, there will be spoilers, because I'll be talking about that movie and Blade Runner 2049. But yeah, okay, so there Right. So test audiences, they looked at the screening of the film, and they were kind of disappointed by the end. It's like, oh, they're just gonna leave the apartment, and Rick is gonna leave the apartment with the replicant. And okay, I should explain what replicants are now. Replicants are robots, basically, but not robots, but they're like humanoids, androids that are created, that are meant to kind of look like adults, but they're slaves, basically. They're meant to just create labor for everybody. So, but the moral dilemma of Blade Runner, which I actually think is explored better in 2049, is what is the implication of, like, oh my god, I've just forgotten the term of the fuck. I just said it! I don't want to call them androids. Do the Reploids. No, that's not right. That's fucking Mega Man X. Replicants.
Yeah.
Replicants! Got it.
Oh,
Oh.
yes. Yes.
Alright, what disgusting. What is that? When you get cum in your mouth, is that snowball, I think? I don't remember. Someone told me what that was once. That's... Oh, man. Oof. Alright, I'm gonna wait until it's safe. Not gonna do it right now. Okay, now.
Not bad. But I'll have to give you some pointers next time.
Alright, I checked, because I keep fucking this up in every single fucking stream. I keep forgetting to check if the censorship button hasn't been pushed or not. I always forget to do that. I'm gonna try not to forget to do that. Ah, I'm stammering. Should we take... Well, no, not that. We only have stuff that gives gifts, but I don't really need that. You know what? We'll just get the board game.
I used to play with this all the time when I was young.
I mean, I guess like this stream doesn't always just have to be me just having sexual characters. We could ask her some questions. Okay. 109D. Okay, 109D is some important information.
I've got a question for you. How do you define happiness?
Okay. Lots of virtual sex with anime girls. I think achieving your goals is a big part of it. I don't know. I guess I'm still searching for that answer.
Yep. Same here. Please let me know when you find it.
That question is too fucking real for me. Good God.
Yes.
Oh, especially at this point in my life. Mint green. 109.
Why 21, of course. Nah, I'm fucking with you. I'm 28.
Oh, man. Sorry, I'm good at replicants. Okay, I remembered what the...
Give me your honest answer.
All right, let's
What was your first time like? With a girl, of course.
Jesus Christ. Once I found the hole, we were good to go. Oh, man. I don't like to brag, but she came at least 3 times. Short. What answer would she like? I can't ask the chat because there's no one here.
Ha,
Damn it!
What a load of shit.
Yeah, she knew. Alright, let's go. Skip ahead.
Enjoy your day.
Replicants are slaves. I mentioned this before, but they're basically slaves created by the Tyrell Corporation. Meant to be like duplicates of humans.
What's going on?
But because of the worry of an uprising of the replicants, they're kind of classified as defects, and rogue replicants are assigned to be killed by Blade Runners, and Blade Runners are police officers, and this film takes place in LA specifically. Oh, you can... Oh, no. We'll wait for that. We have not had sex with Kiana yet, and there's one... There was a reason why there's like one... someone who drops by our chat, our streams, who does not like Kiana, so when he's not here, might as well take the opportunity. Might as well take that opportunity to go.
Stay focused. Don't lose your cool.
Thank you. To go have sex with Kiana and not get judged. So Blade Runners are meant to hunt replicants.
Hi. coming to visit
Did I
me.
fuck up? Oh, I fucked up. Shh. Oh, I thought that was evening. I'm sorry. I wasted everyone's time. Sorry.
I should be getting to sleep too.
Bye. I've never heard that line dialogue. Those guys are kind of sweet. I fucked up. Sorry, everybody. Sorry. We're gonna skip ahead.
Morning!
Good morning. All right, we're gonna skip ahead.
Okay, have a super good day!
Sorry about that. Sorry. I completely fucked up there. All right. Gosh, maybe we will beat the whole game today. I doubt it though, but maybe we will.
God, this guy?
I mean, if it turns out that it takes up too much, like that I'm using up too much time to just do that, then maybe the finale will just be like I'll do a normal session like the way I would normally do it. I just like stretch it out a little bit. But if I actually end up finishing everything today, all right, okay, cool.
Deuces.
If I do end up finishing everything today, then not opportunities. You know, just killing birds with two stones, whatever the phrase is.
Oh my god, hi!
Hey! Alright, god damn it. Gotta talk about this movie. Let's look at what kind of food we got first. Okay. How do I add up to 600? Yeah, that's good.
So nice of you! Delicious! Is it weird that I like veggies so much? Oh, dude, that hit the spot.
Okay, so finally. Oh man, okay. I guess I should start from the beginning. And I was already describing the movie as a whole, just everything about it, the look of it, how it's like one of the last practical effects. Oh, I got something. Oh, I never actually got that before. I won't really need that. Oh, let's read what it does. Increase the amount of talent tokens that fall by 50% for the remainder of the day. I feel like I really should use that. I feel like it could be really useful for something. I'll figure that out. I'll look up a YouTube strategy and figure out how all that crap works. She likes talent. Okay, so we gotta switch out the flower. All right. And we fed her. Let's go on a date, shall we?
Yes! I was afraid you weren't going to ask.
My biggest problem with Blade Runner is that, and it's so interesting, there's 3 cuts of the movie, but all of them are nearly 2 hours long.
I'll tell you one thing. This is certainly nicer than lunch at the food court.
But what I think, oh god, there's no one here to round me up and make sure that I am on point. So I just realized that I'm talking about a million things at once. So let me mention this first.
I really appreciate it.
What I was bringing up before is that there's the original theatrical version,
Right on.
and there is the audiences that thought the movie was too, I don't know, too depressing.
All right.
But part of that was that people didn't understand what was going on in the movie because it was a different type of movie. It wasn't. I mean, it would tell you obviously the important details about explaining how the world works, how it became the way it did, sort of. But that was enough for audiences; they would get confused. So they, against the wishes, they made Harrison Ford do narration that was rumored to have been botched intentionally so that they wouldn't use it, and then they still ended up using it. But in reality, that's just the type of narration that Harrison Ford gave, and it was laughably bad. I'm thankful that I did not... Oh, I actually could get a 5 combo from this. Oh, god damn it. Okay. I can get a fucking 5 combo, but I don't know how. Or we could just sacrifice and just get the 4 combo. Yeah, fuck it, let's get the 4 combo. Sometimes you just have to look at your options and weigh them a little bit, and it's like, this will be better.
Oh, cute.
So he did this really bad narration, and the Final Cut version... Okay, so there's the theatrical version. Oh my god. This is gonna be a fucking disaster of a talk about Blade Runner. But it is about film stuff, and I didn't pre-plan this, so that's probably also why. I don't know. I guess I thought it wasn't. I'd rather do an off-the-cuff kind of thing rather than like a podcast kind of thing, just because people have talked about Blade Runner before. I guess I could. I will talk about Blade Runner 2049 more in detail in my best of 2017 list whenever I do that for my podcast, Random Chatterings. You can find it on iTunes and wherever you listen to your podcasts. But I don't know, I guess I just wanted to get my fresh thoughts about those movies because I didn't really get to talk about them. I kind of mentioned a little bit of what my thoughts were on Blade Runner on Instagram, but wasn't really a detailed observation. Let's change those.
That's really sweet
and
of
then
you.
do this.
Oh, cute.
Nice. What is she looking at? Talent. Okay, and we got a tenant. But not... Oh, I'm going to lose all this stuff right now, aren't I? Almost. Almost. That was close. Oh my god. Playing a little dangerously, I see. Oh boy. Damn it, that didn't do what I wanted to do.
Okay, cut that out.
You know what? Damn it. I'm never going to talk about Blade Runner, am I?
All right.
So, there is the theatrical version that I already mentioned that had the bad voiceover. Not narration. Well, narration slash voiceover. Then they had another version for 1997 that was released in theaters. Sort of endorsed by the studio, but not really by the director.
Seriously right now?
Wow, really? I am surprised at how much I'm fucking up right now. Maybe I don't want to... Maybe I don't want this to happen. Jesus Christ. Maybe I should start paying attention.
Shit.
Are you fucking... Alright.
I really appreciate it.
Yeah, no, fuck this.
That's really sweet of you.
Fuck this board. Get broken hearts everywhere. I got numb to it. I just thought...
my babysitter, because I don't think I'm coming home tonight.
Oh. Sorry. There's a version of it which changed it up a little bit. I think it removed the voiceover, but I'm not 100% sure.
Come on, quit staring at me like that. It's embarrassing.
I can't help it. Okay, censorship button is on, but I'm gonna go check if it's on. Actually, is she oiled up? It looked like her legs. The light was reflecting from her legs. That's a little weird. And finally, there's the final cut, which is what I saw. The version of the film I saw. This is the most rambly fucking movie talk ever. And it removed the voiceover. And it also included a scene where Deckard, he's at a piano, and I think he's passing out, or he's like on the verge of passing out. And there's a scene where he starts visualizing a unicorn. And early in the movie, there's a scene when they're talking about replicants. He's talking to his partner, I think, or someone who works in the LAPD department. And the his partner makes an origami of a unicorn. And so the implication of including that scene in the movie is that Deckard is a replicant. And I guess that's the big moment of the movie, I guess. But it wasn't really in the original one, and it's kind of kept ambiguous in every other version of it except the director's cut. And honestly, my problem with the movie is as simple as it just wasn't captivating. It was visually stunning, but then it kind of seemed like it was using that as a crutch. It's like, well, we took all this money to create these incredible visual effects, but we have there's no substance behind the story that we have. Which is a really harsh criticism. It's interesting because I saw reviews about it from back in the day, and they were pretty much what I thought now, but all of a sudden, well, not all of a sudden, it took a while. Like, at first it was considered a cult film, and now it's considered as, according to Wikipedia, one of the greatest films ever made. I certainly wouldn't put it there. I certainly would recommend watching it for the purposes of seeing the incredible production design, the special effects. Just, and if you can watch like a behind the scenes documentary about it, absolutely watch that. But as a whole, the movie just kind of it felt like it had very odd pacing, and there's an infamous scene which the Red Letter Media guys, they've joked about it. It's the scene when he's trying to look at this picture and try to figure out clues about where the next replicants are, because his case, not really his case, he's kind of brought out of retirement to find these 4 replicants. And there's the replicants. Oh my god! Oh, that's disgusting. Oh, that's disgusting. Oh wow, it's even grosser than the Ico one. Oh my god, is that what sex is like? Do you just shoot cum in your mouth?
Okay, we definitely have to do that again. Soon.
Wow. Wow. Cool. Let's go back because it's safe now. But I want to check if it's okay. Okay, we're good. Good. Awesome. Who's left? Who's left that let's see some shit I can. No, I can use that. No, I don't like that. Nah, that's too random. I don't have any perfumes actually. Okay. What's missing? Do we oh, we have not. Well, we have not Tiffany. Not Tiffany. Okay. All right. Well. Let's see what kind of gifts we have. Stripper pole. Here's a stripper pole.
Thanks so much.
All right. Lola, I think Lola already did. Oh! I think I know who's left. Yeah, it's Tiffany and Q are left. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna I'll time it just right.
Oh,
where
man. Is it that time already?
Because Q is usually the one who introduces you to new characters, so I think we'll have sex with Q and then the new character will appear.
That was my #1 guy doing this afternoon.
I think the best example of the issues with Blade Runner is the relationship between Rick Deckard and Rachel. In the part of the movie, he goes to the Tyra Corporation and is introduced to one of the newest replicants.
Okay.
But
come and see me real soon.
The replicant kind of just questions whether it's a human or not. And there's a test that they do in the movie. I think it's the opening of the movie.
Hello.
No, it's not. The movie opens. They available? Oh, sweet. Okay.
Enjoy the rest of
The
your
movie
night.
opens
If
with
you
this
can.
gorgeous shot of a flying police car and these giant towering flame gas buildings. It's just stunning to look at.
Man, this is so my jam right now.
And okay, we'll give her that and chocolate and a muffin. She likes quotation, I believe.
Oh, you're the sweetest guy, like, ever.
No, this is sweeter. Definitely, undeniably.
So good.
Not selfish people. I'm certain of that. I do not take compliments well at all. It's like I'm a robot or a replicant, and I just don't know how to process when someone compliments me. All right, let's have some fun.
Betcha. You want to get going?
The central conflict of the movie is one: Rick is kind of assigned to Rick Deckard, played by Harrison Ford, is meant to hunt the replicants.
Anything but the roller coaster. I am not getting on that thing.
I agree. I'm not a big fan of roller coasters. Colossus from Six Flags was pretty fun, and that's it. The moral dilemma of the movie is that Rick Deckard is meant to hunt down the replicants, but he meets a replicant and he actually falls in love with that replicant. But there isn't really any real reason why these characters fall in love. There's no indication of it. There's the replicant eventually visits Rick in his apartment and wants to know that it wants to prove to Rick that it's a human, and it pulls out a photo and it says this is someone else's photo. Your memories were supplanted. And nothing really in that regard kind of justifies the romance. And the romance is really forced and kind of dated. Because Rachel tries to leave, like, I think Rick tries to kiss her cheek. And she doesn't want that and tries to leave, and Rick blocks her from leaving the apartment. And it's really, really icky. I'm saying that in an immature way, but no, really, it's I guess it's classic machismo detective behavior, but in this day and age, it's especially with the Harvey Weinstein shit that dropped, it just seems like archaic and just of a different. I mean, yeah, it was also made in the 80s, but it's just in hindsight, it just feels really awkward, and it seems to literally force the romance between the two, which just made it extra uncomfortable to watch that particular scene. And it just seemed more evident that, oh, we don't really have any substance behind this relationship, we're gonna literally force it. And beyond Harrison Ford searching Rick Deckard hunting down the replicants, there isn't really a lot of drama within the action that takes place. There's dramatic moments that happen, but there's not really a justification for those dramatic moments. It's just kind of, well, there's a replicant, and I'm gonna shoot him. I'll shoot her down in cold blood because that's my job. That's what I'm supposed to do. And it's kind of an artful shot, and then the character kind of falls through all these panes of glass, and it's meant to be, you know, an evocative scene, but then it's just kind of glossed over, and it's just like, well, there's one replicant down, we gotta kill the other ones. And like, not as soon as right after Rick kills that replicant, then he kills another replicant that was introduced earlier in the film in a pretty terrifying scene, actually, where you see the test that they do on replicants to ensure that it is a replicant. And it's this, let's see what we can do here. I think I need a lot more sentiment. Now I actually have to pay attention. Oh.
Yeah,
That'll do it.
I love it. Thank you so much.
Bingo. Max passion. Oh shit. Okay, we don't quite have enough for that, but that's okay.
Awesome.
And yeah.
For me?
Oh yeah, we're almost done.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh shit. I have to be careful now because there's a lot of broken hearts here.
Oh, come on.
Well, shit. Okay. I thought we were done, but we're not. We're not done. Damn it! I'm trying to. I want to get this over here, but we can't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess we'll just do that. Okay, good enough.
Awesome.
Yeah, we'll just do that. And boom, we're done. Because that's just Rick's mission,
I want to, like, I mean,
what?
like,
What?
watch a movie at your apartment or something.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go do that. Let's go have some fun. Watching a movie. Oh boy. Oh god.
I hope you like pink. I picked these out just for you.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Censorship button is on my Donkey Kong. Oh my god, this feels like a really quick stream. I apologize. Maybe we will beat the full fucking game tonight. I don't think so, because we have to do like 4 dates with the love goddess before we finish. So we might slow it down a little bit once the new character actually appears. That's Rick's mission, and even though I guess just that's an example of a scene meant to kind of like, what's Rick really trying to do with these replicants? Like, is it really dehumanizing to murder them in cold blood? But then there's these other replicants, which are kind of the villains, sort of the film, and they murder characters in cold blood everywhere. There's one that is maybe the only not justifiable, but the more understandably passionate kill. But for the rest of the movie, though, the other replicant, I don't remember his name, unfortunately, so he's played by Rutger Hauer, so I'll just call him Rutger Hauer. It feels like he's just the villain who's just trying to find, well, I guess he's trying to find where he belongs, but he does it in nefarious ways, which kind of justifies the police department having to seek them and kill them. Then there's no real emotional connective tissue there's no real arc for Rick. He just kind of kills characters and kills replicants, and there's, but also the biggest problem with the film is that it's just really long. It's 2 hours long, and ironic saying that though, well, not ironic, I might be using that wording correctly. Blade Runner 2049 is nearly 3 hours long, but that was actually, I thought the length of that, okay, some parts definitely could have been trimmed, but no, I felt like the length of that was perfectly paced. Not perfectly, it was well paced for what it was given. And there's rare when the movie, okay, there's the example of a movie that gives you time to breathe, where you can kind of live in the world a little bit, feel like you're enveloped in the world. And then there's like a movie like this, and I was bringing this up earlier. There's a scene when Rick is trying to he has a clue of a photograph, and he's trying to use his photograph to find a replicant. And this scene, I didn't mind it, but then when the Red Letter Media guys made fun of the scene of him trying to search this photograph. Oh, she's moaning.
Yes,
Moaning.
more.
Up. More. Up. Up. Whoa! What gross stuff do we have here? I guess it's a bit more expected. It's just cum in her vagina. That's a little more, okay. It's a little classier, I guess. I don't know. I'm a virgin. I don't know anything.
I like your bed. I wish I could have a lazy day and sleep in today.
Shut up. It reminds me of stuff. That stings a little bit. All right, let's go. Let's get out of here. Let's move on with dive. Yeah. All right, we gotta move on to Blade Runner 2049. But okay, so scenes like that feel extended for purposeless reasons.
Hello again. How's
And
your day going?
there's a scene when Rick is trying to explore an apartment and trying to find replicants and things like that, and you kind of get the production design. It's like, oh, this looks really nice. This is really well filmed. And then it's like, can we get to the point? Can we get to the point? And you just kind of keep watching yourself saying that a lot.
Hello, handsome.
And it's kind of unfortunate that a film as accomplished as Blade Runner is, unfortunately, is too bloated for its own good. It dragged, and I found myself yawning a couple times during it. I didn't.
You hanging in there, pal?
Well, sort of. There was one date where I just kept fucking it up, and yet I still succeeded. What can we? Oh, really? Okay. Well, our options are kind of limited. We're pretty much at endgame. I think we're pretty much close to the end of the game now.
Yes! Shower me with gifts. Why not? It's a thing. I love things. Oh, yeah. That's the good stuff.
Maybe
So good. If this food was a dude, I'd fuck his brains out.
You know, no, I people have talked about Blade Runner so much. There's no reason for me to. Oh, okay. Increase the amount of broken heart tokens that fall by 50% for the remainder of the date. Why would I want to do that? Why the fuck would I want to do that? Okay. Okay, we're ready. Let's go.
Let's fucking date this shit up.
I forgot what I was saying. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. There's been so many people that have talked about this
Don't
Blade
worry,
Runner.
Nobody can see me. People just think you're eating alone.
That's sad. That doesn't really seem like a... I don't know. I couldn't justify a minisode about it just because... One, I have like several minisodes planned that I really shouldn't, that I need to get to, and those are more of a priority. And two, a lot of people have talked about Blade Runner, and I feel like I wouldn't be adding anything by saying my opinions about it. I mean, I know I just did now, but like in a more analytical context with more structure. Which leads us finally to Blade Runner 2049. Now, obviously, anytime there's a sequel announced and it's 30 years after the fact, and the same concerns were there for like Mad Max Fury Road. It's like, oh, it's been later. It's the same. People aren't involved. Although I think one of the screenwriters from the original Blade Runner was involved in writing this screenplay for the sequel. But it just feels like a pointless cash grab, or I don't know. It just seems like now's the time for the Blade Runner. Whoop, no.
Good call.
Yeah, that's better. Now's the time for the Blade Runner sequel, really? And I didn't know what to expect, but then, and I mean, this doesn't happen all the time, but when I hear a lot of positive responses on Twitter about it, and it's a moment, and you click on the moment, it's like, oh, what do people think of this movie? And it's like, oh, they thought that? Oh, cool, cool. It kind of gives a little bit of, my voice cracked a little bit of hope. It's like, oh, okay, so it's better than people expected it to be.
You got Make it happen.
There's a lot of respect for the director right off the bat. He made, let's see, Prisoners, which I think was an indie film that was made, I think, for like $1 million. So that was a really good movie. I have that movie and I've never seen it. It's just a shame. I've heard really good things about it. And there's also... what might end up happening, actually, is I might just fuck up the date with the new character, and then they'll have to, unfortunately, push this back as a finale anyway, so that's probably what's going to happen. I think I'll be okay this one, though. I think. I've been wrong before.
Beautiful.
And that was enough of a good reaction that I thought, oh, okay, cool. I think this will be worth watching. And then it bombed in the box office, and some people were disappointed by that. Some people were, you know, not surprised because the first one bombed. The first one did not make back its... I mean, it made money, but it didn't make as much as I think maybe they were anticipating. The original budget of Blade Runner, I think it was $30 million, and this one, which really surprised me, was $150 million. It's just, damn, that is a lot of confidence for a sequel to a 30-year-old movie.
Beautiful.
And, oh man, come on. It's almost done. Oh, fucking hell, come on. Done with this. Fucking done with this. Done with this shit.
Okay.
Yeah, there we go. Fuck yeah. But the positive reaction got me a little optimistic.
All right, let's go. These pants aren't gonna get in themselves.
What pants? You're not wearing pants. You're wearing a dress. That could have been a context-sensitive thing. Like, oh, I'm not wearing that thing. I should probably say something else.
What am I doing? Oh my god. All right, you're good. Clearly, I've done my job well.
All right. Censorship button is on. Man, this is like the most progress you've ever made on this fucking game. So I had high hopes. I'm the type of person, and I don't deem myself as an intellectual by any means, but I'm someone who does appreciate when a movie has a slow burn. But if it's substantial, like I already mentioned with Blade Runner, even though Blade Runner is 2 hours long, it felt like 2.5 hours long. This movie was 2 hours and 42 minutes, almost 3 hours. And it felt like 2 hours and 50 minutes long. So, still felt long in some ways where it felt like the visuals were speaking for themselves, but too much, to an extent of, you kind of think the director sometimes was thinking, oh, these visuals are so evocative and there's so much symbolism here that we just gotta simmer in it. And that's not every single time. The director doesn't always do that. Not like in the first Blade Runner, where it's like, rather than substance, where it's style. In the first Blade Runner, it was style over substance rather than substance over style, which it is in this film. There's a lot more of a discussion about the moral implications of the replicants, because there's many instances when the replicant is killed, or when they're assigned to be killed, or you see a replicant fucking being just created by the new corporation, which replaces the Tyrell Corporation, the Wallace Corporation, I think. And it's fucking horrific. It's a human body is just kind of dropped onto the floor. But because it's not the perfect model of humanity that the creator was looking for, they kill it. It's horrifying. But there's also the sort of mystery of them discovering at this random site where we get introduced to Ryan Gosling's character, Kay, I think is the official character's name, but then I think eventually he's eventually named Joe, by his holographic girlfriend. He finds some evidence, not evidence, but he just finds some, he finds like something that looks like a time capsule, but then it ends up that it's a skeleton that contains the skeleton of a replicant that gave birth. And there's always been this tension between the humans and the replicants, and things haven't really improved in the 30 years since the first movie. And it couldn't be more evident because in the locations we see, there's a different areas of just the country. That one where it's the futuristic neo-noir setting that was in the first one, and then there's a different area that's like a desert planet full of abandoned low-class people, homeless people, and it's kind of horrific. And they kind of just have to defend themselves from the outside world. And ultimately, the mystery, well, the Wallace Corporation gets involved because they want to find the child and create the perfect human. The police department get involved by figuring out about this, and they want to snuff out the proof of this replicant so that it doesn't spark a war between the replicants and the humans, because if there's proof that a replicant can reproduce, then it would mean that the replicants would be able to create an army eventually, and eventually maybe overtake the humans. Sounds a little similar to, well, I mean, obviously everything is derived from something else. So I was just thinking of War from Planet of the Apes a little bit, not quite exactly, but so that's kind of the plot line. There's also a bit of a subplot of whether or not Kay is a replicant and he has a memory. And he actually responds emotionally to some of those memories when he starts seeing the evidence of that memory actually being potentially a reality. But it's a satisfying subplot, and there's like a really interesting character arc between Ryan Gosling and oh god, you know what? I mean, it's already in. Unfortunately, it's in the trailer. What's so funny about, not funny, because Rian Johnson, who's directing Star Wars: The Last Jedi. Oh, hold on.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Whoop. 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 Oh. Whoa. Oh wow. Wow. Okay, so it's come in the vagina, but she's like opening it up, and you can clearly see a distinction between her asshole and her vagina. It's wow. I don't know if that's anatomically correct, but it's certainly graphic. It's very graphic. All right, I'm gonna wait till it's safe. Okay. I think it's safe now. Yeah.
Well, at least I know I don't have to teach you anything about that.
There we go. We have had sex with every single character in the game. Cool. All right, let's go talk to Momo. Let's see what's going on with her.
Proud.
Oh,
This is the one?
That's the guy.
How is that possible? I don't understand.
I know. Believe me, I know. I'm just as surprised as you, but that's him.
All right, I'll handle this. You're dismissed.
Have fun.
are there other love fairies like her?
So-
I guess there are.
You're good with women, are you?
The best in the business. How do you people get into my house? To whom do I have the pleasure of speaking? I got this one.
Shh, I'll be asking the questions.
Oh.
You see, I've been hearing some very impressive reports from Q. Reports that have me very, very interested.
Oh.
Apparently, you've been with every beautiful girl in your town within a remarkably short time. I've never
insane
heard of
statement.
anything like it before.
What can I say? I'm just that good. I'm just doing what Q told me to do. I suppose I have improved quite a bit.
This is no time for modesty. If you're to ultimately prove yourself, there is one final challenge. You're looking at her. Venus, the goddess of love.
Ooh.
If you can claim the love of a goddess, you will truly become a legend. I can assure you, however, that this is no simple task. Few have tried, but all have failed.
Oh.
No human has ever known my embrace.
Wow. You're on, lady. I consider it an honor to accept your challenge. I am rock hard right now. You have no idea. Okay, I'm gonna go with the second one.
Good luck.
Venus. This is the final character, ladies and gentlemen. We are pretty much at end game for HuniePop. Let's see if we can give her some stuff though, because we got a lot of money and nothing to. No, we don't have any that kind of stuff. I think I will take the stab and go. We have a lot of money to spend anyway.
Yes, this will do very nicely. You've done well. Well now, what a surprisingly loving gift.
Happy to oblige. Yeah. Okay.
Mmm. So rich and sweet.
Wow, that was a long.
Simply divine.
Hey, we can upgrade something now. What? What was that? Hold on. Let me check her profile again. Alcohol tolerance insanely high. Well then. Unique gift type gemstones. Huh. Yeah, they get kind of pricey. We've been doing pretty good so far. She likes leather whip. Ball cack. Alright. Alright. Let's switch out our flower. Let's have a good time.
Don't let me down.
I'll see what I can do. Oh shit, okay.
Well, it's not exactly home, but it is pretty here.
I was talking about Ryan Gosling's. I think I was talking about Ryan Gosling's character arc, kind of. Oh, right. Okay. So Ryan Johnson is the director of Last Jedi. Told people not to watch the latest trailer because it has a lot of spoilers in it, and I have not actually watched that trailer yet.
What a sweet gesture.
I mean, I don't know how important spoilers will eventually become, but I do kind of like to watch the Star Wars films kind of fresh, to an extent. But you pretty much get an idea of what's gonna happen in Blade Runner when you watch any of the trailers, which sucks. Because they're trying to sell you on the movie and how it's meant to you know, it's like it's different atmospherically, and this and this, and all that is all true. But unfortunately, that also has to include, well, fucking Harrison Ford, Rick Deckard from the original movie, is in all the fucking posters. But you don't see him until at least, if it was not 2 hours.
Impress.
No, okay. 90 minutes, halfway into the movie, you don't see Harrison Ford's character at all. And it's just kind of those examples of like
Exceptional.
that type of moment when the character appears that you didn't anticipate from them. If maybe they weren't banking on this movie to potentially fail, it's potential that they would have saved that information, or maybe it was part of the contract. And I don't know. It's just a shame, because definitely it would have made that moment a lot more powerful. Although, if you're someone who never saw the first one and just wanted to see the second one because people say, oh, this one's way better than the first one, then it wouldn't really have mattered, I guess. And it's interesting to see that. Just what it would have been too much, what would have been enough. Hard to say. But, I don't want to say me personally, because I was just watching the Nerd Crew satire podcast by Red Letter Media. I've been watching a lot of Red Letter Media stuff recently, and it's so fucking hilarious. And painful for people that try to do a good podcast, an entertaining podcast, and we do that same shit, that same hyperbolic,
Not bad.
get excited about movie shit. And I mean, it is ultimately just companies just trying to get money out of us. Like even Star Wars, it's owned by Disney. They want to milk this cow as long as they can, and that's ultimately their goal of it. Like they're trying to make us excited, and maybe there are definitely people that work on those movies that give a shit about the movies. But ultimately, it's all finance. That's the ultimate goal. It's all
This
finance.
pleases me. Very nice.
Oh shit. Here's when I actually have to start paying attention, because I'm actually looking and I'm not
Exceptional.
doing too hot right now. I thought someone popped down to the chat, but it's nobody.
Not bad.
Shit. This might be a better choice. I forgot, this character is hard, so I should have expected, or at least anticipated, that I just might fail some
Lovely.
dates, and that might extend this playthrough a little bit. Not like too long, but you know, shit. Oh, we got all the broken hearts not out of the way, but like all the shit. Okay.
How adorable. Not bad. Impressive.
Oh my god. Oh, I actually got a little.
Lovely.
Might give us a little boost. Nice. Push that broken heart out of the way. And we go a little combo there.
Splendid.
So here's some thematic
Splendid.
themes that I think were really interesting in the film. That, though I think it's kind of meant to
Lovely.
something I didn't mention about the original Blade Runner is how much it's influenced by, I don't know.
Marvelous. You're living up to your reputation.
Thank you very much. That day was pretty close. I just looked at my moves and there was like 3 moves left. I was like, oh shit. But it worked out. Nice. It worked out. Let me check how much time we have left on today's stream. We are just crossed the hour-long mark. You know what? We're gonna hold off on we're gonna hold off on beating the game, because I mean, the next stream won't take 90 minutes. Like, when it ends, it'll end. But I think for this, we'll just take a little bit of time, you know, just to process life a little bit, and then I can change the name of my video to Finale. But also, I do kind of have to upgrade some of my abilities, and I don't really have that right now. So I might just take some time to do a couple more dates than I expected, just so I can get more, so I can get more stuff. So we're not gonna get a lot of honey if we talk to her, but I guess we might as well ask her some questions. Let's ask some questions.
Go ahead. You may ask me one question.
And then I can ask you 12 questions. What's your birthday?
It would have been September 1st.
September 1st.
I'm listening.
How tall are you?
I stand exactly 5 feet and 8 inches tall.
Taller than me. Taller than me.
Now for a true test of your memory.
What's up?
Who is the only girl with violet-colored eyes?
Kiana.
You're not as dumb as you look.
Thanks.
Make it quick.
Your main hobby?
I've no need for hobbies. I spend my time being pampered and served.
Okay. Cool. Relaxing. That's a fucking hobby.
Have you been paying much attention to your dates? Which of these girls does not smoke?
Kiana.
Okay, that's one. But there are more where that came from.
Bring it. I know everything about... No, I don't.
You're going to have to think about this one.
Let's go.
Whose birthday arrives latest in the year?
What? Holy sh... I think it's Jessica's. It's Christmas.
Evidently, I've given you too much credit.
Oh, damn it. It must have been Tiffany. Damn it. I actually could have answered that. Alright, let's let to someone else. Yeah, let's go see Belly.
Keep yourself busy out there.
Thanks. There's a lot of influence of nightlife, but there's a lot of Japanese.
Enjoying the great weather today?
How do I explain this? I think where Deckard in the first Blade Runner, his apartment, and I think Ryan Gosling's character also lives in a similar district. I think it's not Japantown, but it's an area that's very evocative of like Japanese imagery. There's Japanese characters that live in that area, and it's just such an interesting. This is an interesting set piece of just like a really different way of expressing visuals.
Sure. That's so kind of you.
There's also, of course, the.
I feel bad. I never have anything for you.
Yeah, you really don't. Why?
Thanks.
You never.
Really, I mean it. I love things like this.
You never really do anything
I
about
had a late
that.
breakfast, so I'm sure it's okay. Maybe I'll just have a bite. Or two.
Romance. Okay, let's switch out our flower, and let's go have a quick little date. Let's have some fun.
Well, I don't think I have anything going on. Alright, let's go out.
Let's do it. The billboards, they're a lot more interface in the second one.
I just keep picturing myself falling on my butt.
They're really evocative, but it's just interesting because it's like people were inspired by Blade Runner in terms of advertising. It's like I want to see that, but it just makes you kind of think. You want to see the dystopian nightmare that this film of this consumerist dystopia that this film presents. This is your paragon, your example for advertising, and it's even more in your face in the second one because it's been a couple more years. And it's always so funny to me when I see an advertisement for Sony. It's the only one where it's like, oh, clearly they paid money so that they would. Ah! No, let's not do that. Let's not do that. What can I do here? Oh, there's a lot of blues here, but I can't move any of them. That's early enough, whatever.
Could you please not do that?
Every time there's a Sony advertisement, it's the most obvious shit ever. And it's like, it's weird because like with other movies, even though it's like Apple though, it's just like, well, no, of course people have an Apple MacBook or something. I fucking have one. But like when someone pulls out a Vio thing, it's like, no one has these. Come on. No one has the Sony Vio fucking whatever. It's always so bizarre to see that in movies. And then there's just like a billboard that just says Sonya on it. It's like, oh, I wonder who paid money to get that on screen. It's just really bizarre. I should not have done that. Bother fuck. Oh, okay.
Wonderful.
You got a little combo there. And this film does have product placement, but sometimes there's product placement that's kind of a reference to the original film. Which works. There's the Atari, and Atari hasn't really been relevant in a very long time, which is sad because it used to be a really big company. But there's an Atari billboard in the film, and am I doing a good job? I can't tell if I'm doing a good job or not. Not like in the live stream. I know I'm doing badly at that, but like in this, I'm not sure if I'm doing a good job. Oh, I need a lot more sentiment. I think I need more than that. Oh, we could. No. I want to, because I can do a 5 combo here. I didn't tell Mom. Never mind. That's for me. That's not for the audience. Who cares what I forgot to tell my mom? Oh, I'll tell her in the morning, or I'll call her from the set, where I'll be doing a film shoot. I'll be acting as a production assistant for a film shoot tomorrow. I'm pretty excited about that because I just haven't done anything film related in long time, and I'm finally gonna get back into action. They're gonna drag me out of retirement. No, well, it's not like that at all. Oh, sweet. Bam. 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 Damn, I'm getting really good at this.
Oh my.
Or I'm just at this that I don't give a fuck anymore part where it's just like, whatever. If I fail, I fail. There's no consequence to anything. Who cares? Who cares about anything anymore? Oh, today's Saturday. I thought today... See, I usually do this on Sunday, which I might just do them on Saturday anyway, because I feel like I have more energy on Saturday.
Excellent.
That's a bad idea. Oh, wait, no. Bam!
Wow.
Look at that. Nice. See? Worked out.
Are you sure?
And just a little combo there. And we're done. I have a lot more energy on Saturday, so I think I'll probably just make these like Saturday live streams now.
I hope we can go out like this again.
How much time do we have left? Sorry if I keep checking. I just want to make sure we don't go over, and then that the game doesn't start like lagging and the music gets weird. I think we'll probably have time for asking her questions, maybe one more date, and then one more asking questions, and then that'll pretty much... Next week will be the finale, if I'm not doing more PA work. I think they did say I don't have to come back all day, so I might just I might leave Saturday off. Depending, well, I mean, it also depends on how things go tomorrow, and if I have not fun, but you know, if it's a good time, and if it's not, then you know, I'll do something else. Do more live streams. Okay, so we haven't asked her height, hobby, and hangout. 23 132 D June 25th.
You look like you have something to say.
I didn't ask copyright.
I know some people think it's weird, but I do meditation. It really helps clear my mind.
No, that is not weird at all. In fact, it's the one thing that I tell myself I should do, and I can never maintain, ever. Okay, I forgot. 23 132 D June 25th.
What can I do for you? You know, I really enjoy spending time at the park, I notice.
What's the last question I haven't asked her yet? Height. Okay. Hopefully that's the question and we will be asked.
I'm curious to find out if you'll remember this.
Oh, shit.
I know it's sort of hard to remember, but do you know my last name?
Lapran.
Good job.
Patel.
I have to say I'm impressed. You look like you have something to say.
Height.
Just
And we're done with
shy of
questions.
6 feet. I'm pretty tall for a girl, I know.
5'11"? 5'11", right. Alright, we asked her everything, but She gives a lot of honey. If we just by asking her a question, we'll get a lot of honey, and we do need to upgrade some abilities. So
I want to ask you
let's keep
about a
talking to
prior
her.
conversation. What was my answer when you asked about my favorite place to hang out?
The park.
Yeah, you got it.
You get a lot for getting the right answer. Actually, let's ask her one more question.
I'm curious to find out if you'll remember this.
Go for it.
What can you recall about my education?
You graduated with a 2-year degree.
Good job. I have to say I'm impressed.
Well, you gave me softball questions. I was kind of lucky. I was worried I wouldn't know. We're doing really well. Damn. This makes me even wonder if we wouldn't have to... Oh, no, we definitely are... We'll do that, because I think that'll be really helpful. Who to go talk... Actually, yes, no, Celeste. Let's go see Celeste. I love Celeste. Let's go see Celeste. Celeste is my fave. I think she might be my favorite woman in the whole game. But we'll talk about that in the finale.
Oh,
potentially
hello.
next week.
I didn't expect to see you here at this time.
Hello. Oh, nothing I can give her. Okay. But I can't give her the space helmet. Yeah, fuck it. Okay.
How on earth did you find this?
Some chocolate.
I know it's inadequate nutrition, but it's so tasty. I wish they had these
She
back
likes-
home.
Talent, I believe? Yeah, she likes talent. Okay. Let's go. Let's go have some fun.
I'd like a little more. Shall we?
Yes, we shall. Fuck. Okay, let me close my thoughts on my Blade Runner 2049. Basically, everything that I think people said, and I'm kind of
Your planet
stealing the words
really
from
is a
Jay
beautiful
from
place.
Red Letter Media,
I
but it
almost
is
don't
true.
want to leave.
I just didn't understand where the enthusiasm for the first Blade Runner came from when I saw it. I saw it in the but not really in the story. You absolutely get that in the sequel, in my opinion. It is a long movie. I do think its length. Certainly, some parts could have been trimmed down, not to the extent of the original Blade Runner. I think there's a lot more
Exceptional.
valid moments
Outstanding.
in the sequel that are more justified moment to moment, and it's just so stunning, and it's absolutely incredible that a movie that is a little bit more pensive about morality and about consequences,
Stellar.
about slavery, about humanity. It's no wonder that a movie like that failed in the box office, because no one... It's kind of like with the difference between watching Community and watching Big Bang Theory. Big Bang Theory, you get a laugh track, and people will tell you when to laugh, and it's like, haha, okay.
Thank you.
Community, you get a little bit more cerebral. That's the word I'm
Incredible.
thinking of. Cerebral. You get a little bit more cerebral type of humor,
Outstanding.
and... Oh my god, I'm doing really well right now.
Incredible.
I think. I might actually be fucking up, but I'm not. I think I'm doing well. Does she
Outstanding.
like talent? She does. So it feels like I'm doing really well right now. Or that could just be the luck thing. I really do like the luck thing. Yeah. I would absolutely recommend watching it, because it's going to be out of theaters soon, because it hasn't been doing so well.
Stellar.
I mean, it made back its money, but it wasn't a hit.
Very impressive.
Which is a shame. It's a real shame that it's kind of reminds me of a movie from the 50s with its length. It's just movies. It's the type of movies that just don't get made anymore, because there's just the audience retention isn't there. And I'm kind of surprised that I'm someone who is of the age of a lot of you know what? Fuck whatever I was about to say. I was going to say something stupid. You know, that there's a certain demographic that studios sometimes aim for, and this time they just kind of said, you know what? Make something that is evocative of the original, but gives respect to it, and it's actually a really admirable effort. And they did. They absolutely did that. Harrison Ford seems like he actually gave a shit about making this. He actually seemed more invested in it. They put him through a lot more than they did in like Force Awakens. It felt like, I mean, we wouldn't have come back if the script wasn't, you know, if there wasn't a justifiable enough reason to bring back his character, and it absolutely was, and it is absolutely one of the best performances he's done in a very long time. Highly recommend Blade Runner 2049. If you're someone who enjoys pensive, very cerebral science fiction, I mean, there's action in it, but it's not, I'm really using a word, but I don't know if I'm using it correctly. Gratuitous. It's not gratuitous. It's necessary because sometimes you kind of have to get, sometimes there's an example of humanity in the brutality of it. Because being part of a human is also kind of acknowledging that we're shitty people. We can be shitty people in the actions we take and how selfish we can be. That's all true. And that's showing some characters getting killed in really horrific kind of ways.
That's most gracious of you.
Is a way of demonstrating the brutality of humanity. It's one of my favorites of the year, and I wasn't expecting myself to say that. I thought it's not number one because it is very long, and I did find myself occasionally having to like readjust my seat a little bit. It's like, okay, let's get more comfortable. But definitely up there, and that's like at least one of my top 10 favorites of the year. So my list of my favorite here, and I still haven't seen Logan yet, and that's one that I'm very excited about because I've heard so many wonderful things about Logan. I'll probably watch that on Tuesday because I'm starting to make Tuesday nights as the movie nights. That depends on if I'm editing that day. I don't think I am because I'm working on the new episode. Which, if you actually have subscribed to the feed, you might have noticed that we uploaded a preview for episode 70 with my guest, YouTuber Very Random Butterfly. It's a little. I thought it was like a pretty lengthy preview, like 11 minutes, 11-minute chunk of our conversation.
Excellent. The males of my species would be jealous.
I doubt it, but thanks. I appreciate that. We have time for one. Okay, we're gonna see. We have time for one more date, I think. One more date, but we won't ask any questions. I think that date is saved. I think. So let's ask Celeste some questions. Oh, we're almost done with everything we asked. Okay, 135 9DD, July 20th.
I wonder, just how intelligent are you?
Go for it.
Which planet in your solar system is the most dense?
Earth.
That is correct.
Because Jupiter and Neptune are gas planets.
Time to examine your knowledge of the universe.
Go for it!
As far as we all know, what event began the universe?
You already asked me this. The Big Bang, come on!
You're smarter than
Throw me
I thought.
softballs! Softballs, come on!
I wonder, just how intelligent are you? What are stars vastly made up of more than anything else?
Did I get this right last time? I think I got this. I think I got this wrong. Oh, yeah, I think it's carbon.
Ah, typical Earthling.
Damn it! It must have been hydrogen.
I
think I got the question right.
Retaining the information I've shared with you.
Okay.
When would my day of birth be?
Oh. July 20th.
Excellent, you remember.
Bam! If there's proof, there's going to be proof because I've been recording all of this. Well, not recording. YouTube's definitely been capturing it. Because that's how streaming works! There's definitely proof of me getting that question right, and then I just got it wrong.
You must be curious about me.
Oh, God. July 20th. I don't think I've asked her hobby.
I've already given
Damn it!
my response to that question.
Sorry! Let me check. Damn it! Hangout. I did not ask Hangout. I didn't ask Homeworld either. Huh. That's not a... Oh, because she's not... doesn't go to school. Or doesn't take classes on Earth. Ah.
I'm curious to know
Sorry!
how much you really understand.
I'm sorry.
What is the approximate distance from your planet to its moon?
Ooh,
That is correct.
Okay. My butt clenched on that question. I think that's the one I get wrong pretty frequently. Oh. I think we're gonna have to skip it because it'll just be more sex. I know who needs that really. So I'll just
Leaving already? Alright.
bye. Sorry. Gotta move on to other things and people. Yes, Momo, it is bedtime. I have to go now. My planet needs me. Oh, she's awake. Cool.
Sleep tight. Don't let the backbones fight.
Thanks. Cool. All right. Well, our last date for tonight will be with the secret character. Nice. Maybe we'll finish early.
Gorgeous day.
Wow.
Is it not?
That is I am. This is oh, speaking of South Park The Fractured Butthole came out, and I'm pretty excited about that.
Perfect. Even I have to stay in shape. I wouldn't be much of a goddess otherwise, would I? Yes, this will do very nicely. You've done well.
Here's a sapphire.
Now this is a gift truly worthy of a goddess.
I can't wait for the emeralds.
My, what a heavenly dessert.
And dessert again.
So rich and
That
sweet.
is so long, it's almost orgasmic. Let's get rid of this fucking thing. I'm sure there's something I can do with that, but I fucking don't know what it would be. Switch this flower out with that. And let's upgrade an ability, shall we? Yeah. Alright, let's go.
Right. Shall we leave then?
Let's do it. Alright. I'll probably have to be paying more attention because I definitely want to keep making progress. And it kind of feels like a cliffhanger-ish kind of thing to kind of leave things off.
Very closely. So try not to mess up.
Alright. I will do my best. I guess. What does she not like? Flirtation. Okay. Alright. So now we can do this.
This pleases me.
Get a little combo there.
Not bad.
Oh my god. We already have some... My voice keeps cracking. We already have some broken hearts here. Oh my god. I forgot. Was I plugging my podcast? If I was, check it out. randomchatterings.weebly.com. That's my website. Check it out. Check it all out. Oh, I have to not today, but probably sometime during the week I'll have to upgrade the website. Well, not upgrade it, but I have to update it because I think it's a little
Very nice.
bland is not the right word. It's cluttered.
Lovely.
And there's something I wanted to do, like a plan I had, like I wanted to do a promo, like a more
Splendid.
radio type promo, but I got depressed by a bunch of shit and I just did it. I don't feel like doing that anymore, so I won't do that, or maybe I will do that. I don't know. There's a bunch of shit I want to do, and then something that's like, well, shouldn't you get a job first? I'm like, yeah, clearly. Who says I'm not doing that either? Who says I'm just doing the things I like to do rather than the stuff that I need to do? Speaking of stuff I need to do, I need to get my license. Because that has been getting in the way. There's probably been plenty of good jobs that I've had to turn down because I don't have a license. And that sucks, but, you know. That's just the mistakes you make when you're young and silly and dumb. You just make a bunch of mistakes.
Exceptional.
You just gotta live with those mistakes.
Splendid.
I'm sure I talk about that a lot on the show. No, I'll be talking about what game. Here's the thing though. I should say that a lot of the games I want to play are all Nintendo games, and Nintendo has a problem with people playing their games.
This pleases me.
I think it should be okay.
What a sweet gesture.
And
Lovely.
if they flag it, or if they, I don't know, if they deem it
Splendid.
naughty of me to stream this
Not
particular
bad.
game. It's not a recent one. It's actually a pretty old one. I'll say the year, and that's my only hint. Tomorrow. Whenever I live stream again, I'll announce what game I'll be playing next, or I will be wishing to play next. I think what we'll do is we'll do one episode, and if it doesn't get flagged, or if I don't know, I think it should be fine though, because I will be my comment.
How dare you?
really was not expecting that to happen, honestly. That surprised me as much as it surprised her. How dare you!
Splendid.
How could you be so... You know, actually, maybe that did do something shitty. No, I absolutely did something shitty. It's not okay to laugh when you do something shitty. It's not. Unless it's just harmless, but rarely is it harmless. It's always when you do something like that, it's like you're harming someone by doing that.
Lovely.
I don't even know what I'm talking about. I'm talking in abstractions. I'm just talking about a game. I didn't commit a crime. But yeah, I'll do an episode of it. Hopefully it should be just fine and nothing should happen, but if it does, I'll probably just have to find another. There is another game I want to play, and I think it's probably because a different recent game that came out in August, we'll say much more than that, came out and had the attention of everyone, and everyone really liked it, and made me happy as someone who's been a fan of this character for a long time to see someone enjoying that game as much as they did. So, but I won't be playing that game because I don't have a means of doing that stuff right now. But I will be playing a similar game to that one, and I think it'll be a good time. It'll probably be a shorter live stream. It probably won't be as episodic as this has been. I still need more passion, but I think that should be a really fun time. I think people will really enjoy that stream. I think that'll be a fun one.
Exceptional.
And it's I was thinking about maybe playing the other game, the more I guess I'll be saying too much if I say this. There's a Metroidvania. There's a big, you know what? There actually are a bunch of, oh my god, there's so many games I want to play for everyone. It'll be interesting to see how like the interaction goes. I definitely think that streams probably go like more effectively if you actually have our audience interaction. And I wonder if these other games I'll be trying out, they'll have a bit more interaction than this game has.
Impressive.
I'm also a small, really small channel with 2 subscribers. Couldn't be smaller than that. Oh, I could have 0. So, I mean, I mean, it just makes things more interesting to have more of an audience, but I can't force an audience to come by, and I've talked about that before. But I've got a lot of plans for games. There's one game in particular I really, really want to play, but we will see if we end up playing that one, and I don't get in trouble for playing that one. I don't think I should. I think it should be fine, but maybe because it's, I don't know. We'll have to see, and if not, we'll switch plans and we'll play something else. But I think it should be okay. But if it's not, then... Oh my god, that's a lot of sentiment. You know what? I'm going to watch my moves carefully. I think we should be fine. I don't think I'll have to use the necklace. I'm going to actually see if I can actually make it to the end without the necklace. But I think we should be just fine.
Exceptional.
I think eventually we will be playing. I've been saying a bunch of abstractions. No one has any fucking idea what I'm talking about.
Not bad. Exceptional.
Damn. We did it, see? I don't need that necklace, although we did get a lot of sentiment. Wow, that might be the most amount of sentiment we've gotten this entire playthrough.
Your strategy is impeccable. I dare say I've learned a thing or two myself.
Oh, thank you. Alright, I'm gonna check. You know what? Okay. No, I shouldn't be... Oh, wait, no. Is it going to save, though? You know what? Okay. The last thing we're going to do is we're going to ask... I just checked if I saw the censorship button on. It wasn't on. We're going to ask her questions, and then we're going to go see... Any character, doesn't really matter at this point. This is pretty much the last character we've been interacting with. 5/8 September 1st, and relaxing.
Now for a true test of your memory.
Go for it.
Out of these girls, who has the largest cup size?
I think it's... Ooh. I think it's Kiana.
Surprisingly, yes. That's it. Well done.
Thanks.
Go ahead. You may ask me one
My voice is
question.
almost gone. Oh, I've been talking a lot. How old are you?
I've been around for 10,000 years. Give or take.
Wow.
Have you been paying much attention to your dates? Which one of these girls owns a pair of stockings? Okay, that's one. But there are more where that came from.
I had an idea what she was talking about,
I'm
but I don't
listening.
actually think I know what that is. I haven't asked this.
You can't be the love goddess and not carry a double D cup size. That would be absurd.
No comment on that.
This ought to be illuminating. On what day of the year would my birth have happened?
Fuck. I
Very
How
good.
did I get that right? I closed my eyes and just guessed. 10,000 September 1st. Fuck, I don't know. I remember that. I'm actually kind of impressed.
Go ahead. You may ask me one question.
Eh.
I'm the goddess of love. I don't need to work.
Alright. I don't want to make it too boring and just keep seeing the same characters, but I just want to see Celeste all the time. Alright, we'll go see Nikki. But we're pretty much done.
I'll be keeping my eye on you.
Transition, making transitions.
Hey,
Hey, that's it. We are at Endgame, everybody. To next week, or depending on how scheduling goes, 2 weeks from now, is the finale of HuniePop. Thank you guys so much for joining me on this journey. Like, I know I admitted this was a vanity project from the very beginning, and it has just been fun to kind of try out this let's play stuff, streaming stuff, and it's just been an interesting time. It's kept me busy, and hopefully things will keep picking up for me personally. I'll have a job, a film job, I should say, or I'll have more gigs to do on weekends, and I'll just keep getting busier and busier, and I'll keep not feeling so obligated to go out of my way to entertain myself. But no, thanks a lot. And if you've been watching the videos, you've been checking out our playlist, which should appear right now above in this video. Maybe not, because I might have more to say. Actually, I do have a lot to say. But if you've been watching this playlist of videos, it should update right now with the latest episode. There's 2 episodes which are funny because 3 episodes where I fuck up. Like 1 episode where I went on a phone call with a friend for like 10 minutes, and I apologize on that in the comments. 4th one where I had the censorship button on for like 40 goddamn minutes. And then 1 episode where I had the censorship button on a bit too long in some parts. That wasn't too disruptive, but then the fucking audio just starts to cut out randomly because my computer cannot handle streaming. But other than that, it's all good. This has been a fun series. I really have been enjoying it. I know there's maybe 1 episode, I think episode 3, that was me kind of being a lot of negative about it just because I think I was overdoing it. But no, this has been a lot of fun. I definitely want to try to keep this going on for as long as I can, but life stuff. We'll see if we can keep this going. But thanks a lot. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe to the channel. I think on the right. Left is the latest video, or at least the most recent episode. That's not this one. I guess it depends. Like if you're watching part 5, then never mind. The latest episode on the left, middle is the playlist, right side is the channel, so you can subscribe to it and you can get a notification when I really should do this as soon as after the streams are done, not 2 days before, so that you know when streams are happening and you can actually join me live and maybe say stuff to me, stuff like that. So, but again, thanks a lot for watching. I hope this stream didn't have too many disruptions to it. Seems like it was pretty okay, pretty stable for the most part. And we will see you next week or 2 weeks from now for the finale of HuniePop. All right, take care, everybody.